Hi, I'm Linda from Barlates Body Blitz. Welcome to Burn It, Glutes and Thighs. For today's workout, all you will need is an exercise mat if you're working out on hard floor and a stability ball. If you don't have a stability ball, you can use a small Pilates ball or playground ball, or you can even do most of these exercises without. But having the ball there will just give you an extra bit of resistance, so I do recommend it if you have one. I actually have my ball blown up not quite hard enough, so you might want to blow it up a little bit harder so that when you push against it you have a little bit more resistance. In my case it's going to be a little bit harder for me to balance, but that's okay because I'm going to be working my core a bit more, which is also a bonus. Now we're going to be starting in an all fours down dog position, and some of these exercises might seem a little bit awkward, so you might want to watch the exercise first and then get into position, and once you have your form, don't kind of crane your neck to look at me. So you need to be able to have a surface that you can roll your ball up against and see the television from a good angle so you're not kind of creaking your neck. I don't want you to jar or hurt yourself in any way. So we've got the ball up against the wall and we're going to come to the front of our mat and just place our hands underneath our shoulders, approximately shoulder width apart. We're going to have the ball just in the front foot, and I want you to just start by rolling it up. So you don't really need to roll it super high, just come into this all fours position and just roll up and down. So depending on how your ball is positioned, it is going to feel a bit awkward at first, but try and get an angle or a place on the ball with your foot that you can push into the ball and roll it up and down. So we're just rolling up, not fully straightening our leg yet, but keeping a little bit of a bend there. And at the top, I want you to squeeze your glute. So this is for your hamstrings as well as your glutes. At the moment, we've got our foot in a position where you're bending and you're pushing into the ball with the ball of your foot, okay? So it's like a semi-flexed position, but we're going to change that up and we're going to use a pointed toe as well in a minute. But for now, I just want you to get used to this motion, up and down, and the rest of your body is just super still, tummy's pulled in, shoulders are down. We're doing a few more like this and we're going to stay at the top and we're going to press into the ball. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So now stay at the top and push into the ball. Push in as if you're just trying to straighten your leg, but the ball is in the way and you're pushing. So everything is contracted here. You're even using your upper body to help keep you in this stable position so that you can push against that ball without moving anything else except for that leg. So you should be starting to feel some heat there already, yes? Push, push. Squeeze the glutes. Try to keep your foot higher than your glutes, okay, and push. Keep going, a few more like this. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice job, roll it down. You might want to switch your ball around so that it's in a nicer position. This time I want you to put the front of your foot on the ball, so we're going to do that same series. So you might need to use your other foot to help you kind of bring the ball up on the wall, then place the front of your foot on the ball, and if it's moving around, just help yourself out. And then just try and find a position where you can go up and down, exactly like we did, just pushing the front of your foot in so your toe is pointed. So you need to make sure that there's enough pressure against that ball so it doesn't fall out, okay? So that's the key, up and down. It may seem a little bit annoying at first working with this ball because it's kind of moving all over the place, but just persevere with it, because once you get the right positioning, You are actually doing something here, okay? It is different to just raising your leg in a normal glute raise without the ball. So make sure you're pressing out of your shoulder blades, pressing into your hands, and trying to keep your entire body static apart from that moving leg. You're really tensing everything here. I can feel my arms, I can feel my core, my upper back. Everything is helping me to keep that leg moving without moving the rest of my body. So a few more like this. Stretch up as far as you can, and then we're going to do that same pushing action with a semi-extended leg, pushing the front of our foot into that ball. 6, I'm feeling my inner thighs here as well. 4, 3, 2, and 1. So keep it semi-extended and push into the ball. Push, push. This is where you really feel your shoulders and your arms. Push, push. Really push in. Try to keep your leg with your knee pointing towards the mat. Don't turn it out. Just keep it nice and straight and push, push. Really feeling that. Feeling the quads, the front of the thigh. 8, 7, slow count. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, roll that down. We're going to the other side now. So I'm going to reposition that, and again, push the ball of my foot into the ball. Make sure that you've got a nice, steady, stable base of support, and then try and find that correct positioning. I'm just going to help myself with my other foot. Push really firmly, and up and down. Up and down. So the key here is to make sure you're really pushing into the ball, because it's actually going to help you to stay a little bit more stable. But don't worry if it moves around. You'll get your mojo. You'll get to that point where you can move it up and down without it going side to side. Once you've got it, just look down at your mat and concentrate. Focus on keeping your tummy pulled in. Do not slouch in your shoulders. Keep your shoulders away from your ears. And just go up and down, extending and pushing as much as you can. Up and down. Squeeze your glute at the top. All the way up. Really starting to feel that burn. Keep pushing into the ball. Try not to let the ball touch the mat at all. Keep it above the mat at all times. So you need to put your foot low enough so that as you roll upwards, it's your knee that comes down first, not the ball. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now I'm just going to reposition a little bit because it's kind of going a bit off to the side. Stay up, semi-extend it, and push into the ball. Push, push. So breathe oxygen to the muscle. And you should really feel that deep in your glutes. Push, 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 push. As if you're trying to straighten that leg, but you can't because the ball is in the way. Hold your tummy in, push out of your shoulder blades, and just focus on that glute. It's amazing how much you feel your upper back here as well. keeping you in a stable position. Push, push. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. So now we're doing the same thing again with our toe pointed. So try to get the ball up a little bit and then put your toe or the front of your foot against it and then reposition yourself and roll up and down. You need to find the distance that you need to be away from the wall in order to have enough push against that ball so it doesn't pop out. So you want to start off quite low and then push all the way up, stretching. Point that toe. Try not to overarch the back. That's why it's so important to hold in your tummy here. Roll it. Roll it. So in this position, you have a slightly larger range of motion. Take advantage of that and push all the way up. Try to keep it straight. If you're pushing high, you should be able to feel inner thigh here as well. I'm definitely feeling a bit of inner thigh. Squeeze up. Up. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. I'm just going to reposition again because my ball keeps turning. And then we're going to go back up and we're going to put our toe against it again, up to the top and push into the ball. Push, push. Now, if being up on your hands like this is hurting your wrists too much, you can come down on your elbows, and that might help you to have a bit more stability. So that is definitely an option for you. But I like to stay up here because it helps me to use my arms a little bit more and to keep that nice alignment. So you're pushing the the front of your foot into the ball. Push, 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 push. Squeeze your glute. Try to keep it quite high. It's going to want to drop, but try to keep it up. And breathe. Keep breathing. We're changing positions in a sec. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome job. Come down. We're just going to roll that out for a second and stretch our arms. Deep breath in. Feeling our glutes. Just shift your glutes to the front and to the back. That feels really good. Okay, so now we're going to do a very interesting setup. So I need you to lie with your head almost touching the wall. So just make sure you don't bang it there. And we're going to put the ball up above our head against the wall. Then we're going to take our legs and push against the ball. So I'm using the front of my feet again, pointing my toes and pushing. If you want to, you can scoot closer to the wall. So hold your tummy in. You can put your hands down if you like, or you can have them underneath. Or if you want to engage upper abs, you can bring your hands behind your head. Now, anchor the ball with your back foot, and we're just going to go down and tap with the front foot. Simple, right? Down and tap. So if you're down here, if this is just too hard for you at this point, then bend your leg, okay? Down and tap, down and tap. But if you can, keep your legs straight. The entire time you're pushing into the ball with this other leg. So you're going to be feeling that. You're actually also going to be feeling your oblique, okay? So I'm definitely feeling that. And if you find yourself scooting away from the wall, which obviously is going to make this harder, you can start pushing yourself back towards the wall. Just stop for a second, push yourself back, and get back into it. A few more like this. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And guess what? I'm going to be super kind to you. Scoot yourself back, readjust, and we're just going to go to the other side. Up. So I'm just letting you get used to this. If you prefer to stay down here, it actually feels a bit harder for me when I lie down, because somehow coming up here shortens your abs a little bit and you feel a bit less of that strain on your lower abs. So you need to be pushing into the ball with this front leg, otherwise it doesn't count. Down and tap. Remember, you can bend here. Really try your hardest to keep it as straight as you can. But if you can't, then just bend. Keep going, a few more. Don't drop the ball, it'll drop on your head. You don't want that. Just breathe out on the up. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it back up. Come down for a second. So you're anchoring with the back leg again. Keep it straight if you can, and we're going to draw circles down and around, and then the other way. This one's tough because your body is kind of moving and the other leg wants to move, but you need to push that into the ball in order not to move, okay? We're not doing too many here. I want you to try as hard as you can to keep the other leg stable. See how much the ball's moving around? Try to push your back into the mat, and remember, you can put your hands here. That will definitely help stabilize you. Hold your tummy in. If you cannot do these large circles, whoa, did you see that? That's because I lost grip. Nearly fell on my head. If you cannot do these large circles, do little ones like this, okay? Little ones like this. But if you can, I want big ones, big ones. My leg that's holding the ball is shaking like crazy. 6, hip flexor death. 5, come on, do it with me. 4, come on. 3, and up. 2, and up. And last, 1, and up. Okay, take a break for a second. Hip flexor death. Come down, other leg in the center, push against that. Make sure you're in the right position there, and we're starting again. We're going to go around and around, around and around. Push into that ball. Breathe out at the top. Down, around, and up. Abs are burning, yes? Around. Just think about something else. Try to keep your legs super straight. Point your toes. around, and around. Remember, you do not have to draw such big circles. If you can't do it, just keep them small. Keep going. We did it on the other side. I know you can do it. Around. Remember, if you want, you can put them under like this. That actually feels good. The ball nearly slipped out again. Big and up. Big and around. We're going to do 8. And around. 7. Quads are burning. 6. Come on. Shaking is good. 5. 4. 3. You can do this. 2. And 1. Finish it. Around. Okay. One little break. One last thing, and then we're in a different position. Deep breath in. Put it back up. Now, diamonds. Okay. Heels together, toes together. Diamond shape. Knees are out. All I want you to do is press into the ball. You can bring it lower and separate your feet a little bit, as long as the side of your feet are against the ball. Press into the ball. Oh my goodness. I think I need to scoot closer to the wall because the ball is coming closer and closer towards my head. Just push, push, push. Tiny pushes, tiny pushes. Come on. 8, 7, 6. Use your hands to help you if it's going to fall. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. What was that? Oh my goodness. Okay, get up. Now we're going to turn around. So we're going to put the ball against the wall, and we're going to bring it up, lie down, and bring our feet up. Okay, so now make sure that your tummy's in, you're nice and flat, and you're close enough to that, and lift yourself up on your shoulders. And from here, pushing into that ball, we're gonna just bring one leg back and up, back and up. You have to push really hard with the opposing leg, otherwise this just isn't going to work for you. Back and up. Not many, because I know this burns. This actually burns more on the leg that's holding the ball. Just bring it as close as you can, and if you can't do straight leg, just bend it and up, bend and up. But if you can do straight leg, straight and up, straight and up. Just go 5 and up, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come down for a second, regroup, position your ball, deep breath in, come closer if you need to, roll back up, other leg in the center, in and up. So this actually feels good because it's like a hamstring stretch for the leg that was just working, and up. If this is not working for you, you can actually help yourself by putting your hands underneath your hips. This really makes it a lot easier. So, unless you're cheating, if you're advanced, do not put your hands there. Keep them away and just use your core strength to hold you up there. Up. Straight legs if you can, bend them if you can't, toes pointed. Really straighten the supporting leg, and I want you to squeeze your quad especially. Really feeling that. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice. Come down. We're going to do a few rolls from the bottom to the top. So I want you to really plant your feet in, and they're going to be kind of quite close, the knees quite close to the chest. We're going to roll up, and we're going to come down, tap down, and then roll straight back up. It's going to take you a few to get the positioning right on the ball so that you can do this without kind of wobbling all over the place. Blow out at the top and down. When you come down, don't tap your back down. See, look, gap between my back and the mat. And down, gap, up and down, slow and controlled, up and down. Tummy's in, up, squeeze your glutes, and down. Walk down further if you're starting to travel too high on the ball, and down. Blow out at the top, and down. Keep going. Let's go 6, and down. 5, you can see my ball is just blown up way too little. 4, it actually makes it much more unstable. 3, 2, you don't want it too hard either though. And 1, come down for a second. If you want to, you can hug your knees in for a second. And then we're going to come up again with that ball, and we're going to do that same diamond shape we did before, okay? So put your feet together if you can and have that nice diamond shape there. And we're going to come up, okay, come closer to the wall. We're going to come up with that diamond shape, and we're going to come in and out, in and out. So you need to have a bit of a gap in between your feet so that when your feet come together, they're side by side. In and out, in and out, all the way in. Try to squeeze your inner thighs together. So squeeze them together, squeeze them together. Push your knees together, in, out. Push the sides of your feet against the ball the entire time. Glutes are activated. Remember, you can hold your hands here, but don't if you're advanced. In, out, in, out. All the way in. Come on. Try to come all the way out. 8, 7, 6, 5, wobbling. 4, 3, 2, 1. Come down. We're keeping the same diamond shape, and we're going to roll from the bottom to the top. From the bottom to the top. Down and up. Down and up. Push into the ball. Keep your legs out. Keep them turned out. Up. Down and up. If you want your heels together here and your toes apart, you can do that. Just try and find a position that will let you do this in a semi-graceful way without wobbling all over the place. Hold your tummy in, use your core, push the sides of your feet against that ball, squeeze your glutes at the top, and up, down, and up. A few more like this. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come down for a second. Now we're just going to anchor with the back leg. You can keep it in parallel. We're going to come back up and we're just going to move the front leg. So position yourself, come all the way up. So the back leg is parallel. The front leg is turned out. Come out to the side and in. So the front leg is on a 45-degree angle and in. If you can tap the ground, tap the ground. If you can't, just go to your low point. If you want to, you can do this bent like this. Okay, if you can't keep it straight, but if you can keep it straight, and think of it as a dynamic stretch. Up, up. The back leg has kind of turned itself out as well. I'm going to allow that because it's bad enough as it is. So just push the side of your leg into the ball. Are you feeling your inner thigh a bit there as well? There's something going on in that inner thigh. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh yes. Hamstring death as well on that supporting leg. Up to the other side. Are you ready? Come up. Other leg. Oh yes. Make sure you're in the right position. Down, up, down and up. Oh. One side may be tighter than the other side. That's okay. You just do what you can. And if you really can't face being up like this anymore, just come down here and kind of go like this. But that is really a lot easier. And I want you to try and do some up here, even if they're bent leg ones. Stabilize yourself with your arms. Stabilize yourself with your upper back. Hold your tummy in and push into the ball with this leg like crazy. The more you push, the more you activate outer thigh, glutes, hips. It's moving around because we're getting tired. I know. 8, 7. Keep it turned out. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring that down. I'm going to give you one that's slightly easier. Come a bit further away from the wall and just push that ball against the wall. Just put your feet up on top, quite narrow. This is the last exercise. So I want you to really push up. I want you to push your hips up and straighten from your knees down to your hips. Straighten up. Up. All of your feet are pushed into the ball. Feet are quite narrow. If you want to push against your knees, that'll give you a little bit of extra inner thigh work. Push. Squeeze your glutes at the top. Up. Up. Come on. Coming to the end now. A little bit more and we're done. Squeeze. Squeeze. All the way up. Can you feel your butt burning. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and you are done. We're just going to stretch it out. So if you can, just bend and extend this front leg, hamstring stretch. That feels so good. Definitely worked a lot of hamstring there. Stretch out the back of the leg. Cross it over. If you want to, you can roll the other foot towards you and then just push out on that knee, opening up through the hips and the glutes. That feels really nice. And then grab your heel and just open out to the side. Inner thigh stretch. And then we're just going to switch it up. Other leg in, bend, extend, bend, extend, bend, extend. And then across and just push against that knee. And then grab your heel and open it out. And then we're just going to roll the ball out of the way, come up, and we may as well just stay on our side and do a front of thigh stretch. Pull the heel into your glute. And then other side, pull that heel in. And a few cat-cows to lengthen. So just come into this all fours position, breathing through the nose, blow out through the mouth, and spine to the ceiling. And then come down and look up. That feels really good, looking up. In through the nose, out through the mouth, up to the ceiling. And down. And then just sit down. Cross-legged, reach over and over, and then hold on and then just rotate to the back and switch it. Rotate to the back, tall spine, interlace, push in front, interlace, push behind, lift up. And that is it. Thanks so much for joining me for Burn It, Glutes and Thighs. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you at the next workout.